Really? That's dope. Wow. Wow. Wall Street Poppy, thank you. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Wall Street Poppy, that is the question. I get asked that question a lot. Here's the answer. There's no like, oh, when you've tried for this many days, you're going to stop. So this comes down to how badly do you want it and how much time are you willing to put into it while failing. So yesterday we talked about the quote, success is the ability to go from failure to failure without a loss of enthusiasm. Some of this is going to come down to you're going to lose a lot, but you have to be good at the having a hypothesis about where things are going. So if you're like, yo, the industry still has a shot, like I think it's headed in this direction and therefore pursuing this thing, even though I haven't cracked the nut yet, still makes a lot of sense, cool, then get after it. Or if I just love it so much, I couldn't bear not doing it, cool, keep going. But if it's like, oh man, I think the industry is moving away from this, I have not shown any ability to build in this. Like, I'll tell you right now, 6 months from now, we're still only getting, where are we at right now? 34 live viewers. Then I'm like, okay, I'm clearly doing the wrong thing. So trying to avoid, which is the pain. Once you get that mental model, okay, wait a second, skills stack. The thing that makes me acquire the skill is the pain because it causes reflection. And skills let me do something that other people can't do. Goals are often outperforming the marketplace. Therefore, if all of those things are true, then failure becomes the most information-rich data stream on planet Earth. It hurts, so it makes me pay attention. I tried something, so it means that I'm actively doing a thing. And obviously that's going to be way more useful from a learning perspective than just thinking about something. And while thought exercises are very valuable, the way I talk to people is I do a thought exercise in the morning and I'm executing in the afternoon. I'm not thought exercising for 6 months or a year or whatever. That is just a recipe for never doing anything. Taking action is critical. I know that I'm going to have to face failure, embarrassment, and all that. But if I run a cycle of... So Wall Street, if you're saying, should you charge people for the newsletter? Probably not. So my thesis on what I call straight lines is you put out organic content for free that adds value to people's lives in a very specific way. And whatever you're going to sell them should add value in exactly the same way. And the easiest way to prove to them that you're going to add value is you go free content to lead magnet into the newsletter, and then you drip on them with value add in the newsletter. And now in the newsletter, you can sell them to your actual product. And that is not only something that we use, but that's like the playbook right now. If you wanted to, call the meta, what's the meta? That's the meta. Right now, in this world with social media, that's the meta for most products, especially if you have an info-based product. But anything where you can... Wall Street, I'm very glad that resonates. That is like literally my life. That's my whole shtick. Every time something goes wrong, I'm like, well, at least I know. I'm a little bit better now. And what's crazy is everything you see in my life, anything that people see in my life that they wish they had in theirs, I'm just like, okay, well, are you willing to fail as much as I'm willing to fail? Are you willing to look stupid as long as I'm willing to look stupid? Because those have been the things that have set
worth reinvesting in or not. That's where you presumably are always doing things in priority order. Your priorities are based on what you actually think you will get from that. And so say, I'm going to run this test because I expect this result. If you don't get that result, then you have to consider whether you just need to optimize the way that you're doing it or whether you should do something else that has a way better chance. So some of that's going to be, if I thought we would get to 50 in, let's say, 2 weeks, and we get to 50, or we're at 9 followers at the end of 2 weeks, then I'm going to be like, okay, something is fundamentally off. We're orders of magnitude away from where we need to be. But if we did, like, in 2 weeks, we did, 42, I might be like, okay, we're getting close. Like, it's not happening as fast as I wanted or as fast as I predicted, but it's still, we're getting close. So then I would keep reinvesting in that. But that's the goal, is you come up with the things you're going to test. You rank them in order of priority based on how efficiently you think they'll move you towards your goal. All right, word. And indeed, Wall Street Poppy, shout out to George. We're dialed in. We're dialed in. Wall Street Poppy, I am very grateful for that tip. That is awesome.